master trainers, they all learn everything through business plan preparation. We have formed teams, each one is working on a business idea, and on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we have a business plan competition in the auditorium, where these 5 or 6 teams of these, your faculty and trainers, would be presenting their business case, business plan. It's more to learn, and our teaching. In our sessions of 5 days, we cover all these alphabets: idea generation, homework, opportunity identification, which is really nothing but business arithmetic. We don't use the word accounting, because we're not going to make anybody an accountant. For that, you can hire those people. But you must understand what are the fundamentals of the economics of the business. So that is what we teach. And of course, then the business plan. So you have the time and the inclination, you can come and watch and cheer if your own faculty members are there. This is at Friday at 2 o'clock in the auditorium. Okay. All right, with that, I'm open to questions if there are any.
Can I ask?
Sure.
So, Ullas, you were the founder of iCreate.
I'm not the founder, but I'm one of the lead members, because to give you my background, okay, I graduated out of IIT Bombay in 1965. I worked for about 20 years in India. I was abroad for 25 years. I came back to India 6 years back. During the last 5 years of the 25, I was working with the US government. Before that, it was all private sector. I was doing this there. There is the Minority Business Development Agency, where such services are provided to the minorities in America, USA. So we are doing it here as a non-profit. It was started by Mr. and Mrs. Bhargava 15 years back. For the last 6 years I'm here. They are based in the US. I am based in Bangalore, that's our headquarters, and I look after all the centers of the iCreate. And each of the location we have a center sponsored by somebody. Like IIT Gandhinagar is sponsoring the center here, where somebody sponsors it in Calcutta, somebody else in Jaipur. So it's a non-profit network. So I didn't start iCreate.
But would you know the story of iCreate?
Yes. Okay. I'll give you, in fact, those of you who want to learn more about iCreate can go to our website, www.icreateindia.org. But to give you in a nutshell, I think it was the Kargil war time. Mr. and Mrs. Bhargava had come down from the US. Every year they do Jaipur. At that time, there was an advertisement for a few people to be selected in the army. And the number of people that turned up, and they didn't even have enough application blanks, police had to do the firing and 3 people died. So it kind of touched their honor. They said, why can't we do something for the youth in this country, where they don't have to look for the jobs that are not existing for everybody. They can do it on their own. It doesn't have to be a Ambani. It can be just employing 3 people. But if he or she can do it, it will be a change place. So that is how iCreate started. The first center was started in Calcutta and Jaipur at the same time. Then came Baroda, then came Bangalore. And this had happened for the first 10 years. Last 5 years, we have grown from 4 to 20. Just because there is somebody here who is full-time in this. This is all that I do. And I do it with a passion.
Yeah.
So the idea is we have worked with self-help group members, we have worked with students from ITI, polytechnics. In fact, we have a request, and which we are going to be doing in Mysore. 70, in fact, I went and addressed 70 students of a polytechnic. Speciality of that polytechnic is these are differently abled people, hearing impaired. They want a full course. I just did an awareness, and we'll be doing it sometime in September. And it's a challenge, because whatever I talk, they can't understand, hear. So we're going to be having an interpreter who will use the sign language and all that kind of thing. They can see and read, but they can't. And our teaching methodology has 3 learning components, as all of you know. There are 3 learning styles. You know those? Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is by doing. All the lab work that you do is you're learning by doing. And in our teaching, everything that we do, almost 70 to 75% is kinesthetic. People doing some exercises, people doing some teamwork, people doing some role play to learn by doing. So we cater to the different segments, and obviously we change the level of this thing. When I'm talking to an engineering student, I'll talk at a slightly different level than we'll talk to a self-help group. But that is our focus. We have our own methodology. We have developed the course content. We are on a cloud campus where students can participate. In fact, just to digress, we run an annual business plan competition for the students, age 17 to 23. And this goes from the center level, education institution level, regional level, to the national level. And the winner in national level goes to New York, because we have a technical partner called NIFTY, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship in the US. So our country is represented by the student who's selected as the top winner in this national business plan competition, and he represents India along with 25 other countries who come to New York every March or April. So that is our program to change the mindset of youth. In fact, I'm running a special program only for CBSE students, because we have been involved in changing the curriculum of entrepreneurship for CBSE and also in writing the book. So that has been our contribution. So we are working with, the whole idea we have is we're on a mission that this must spread like wildfire. Will everybody become an entrepreneur? I hope not. Because some of you need people to work with you. But even those 20-25% of the people, they can become an entrepreneur and employ another 50% of the people at the rate of 2 or 3. I think we'll see a different scenario in the country. That's our fond hope.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Any other question anybody might have? Yes, sir.
If in a team, if a person,
Huh.
if in a team of the people working together,
Yeah.
the person is not the one who originally came with the idea.
Yeah.
So can he be able to do the same homework of the idea with the same ability as the person who came with the idea?
See, I'm not suggesting that it has to be done by one person. It can be a team, as long as it's complementary and not, copycat. If two guys are technically savvy, I'd say that only one becomes the partner, and find a commercially savvy guy to be your partner. Because then you're not complementing. You find comfort in the person who thinks like you. You need a person who doesn't think like you to challenge your assumptions. It cannot be a yes man. Oh yeah, I think technically this is possible, but nobody looks at commercial aspect. So if you're talking about a team, get people with diverse background who will challenge each other to come up with the right answer. Okay? No, we don't. iCreate is not a funding, we are not angel investors, we are not venture capitalists. Okay? What we have started though, I'll tell you, on a small scale, and we call it a seed fund. Magic, that's the name of our fund. Mentor and angel group of iCreate. What we do is, when somebody wants to start after they've done the training, and if that business we believe is viable, and the amount required is small, so the banks shoo them away, or the microfinance sucks the blood out of their life by charging 38%, we try to provide that seed money. What is our median value of seed money? 20,000, 25,000. So if there is a big project of 1 crore, not in our league, but we can always link to the angel network or the venture capitalists. Before money, think of making a business plan that will withstand the bombarding by these people. How many of you are watching a show called Shark Tank? Okay, go on the YouTube, put Shark Tank and you'll see this. This was a reality show that was being run, and I think it is still being run in the US, where not necessarily young, anybody who has a business idea, wanted venture funding, would come and pitch it to those 4 ruthless guys. 4 really ruthless guys. But you will learn something from that as to kind of questions people ask, what should be prepared, etc. Shark Tank. That'll add to your learning. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your listening patiently.